Every story and life is unique and filled with potential and promise. And yet, in many communities, themes of abandonment, poverty, and hopelessness are all too common. The challenges are great, but there is hope.
Because my parents broke up, my mother went back to her family and I stayed with my father. After some time, my father ended up in jail. My brothers and me had nowhere to go, and some of my brothers ended up on the streets. I went to go live with my grandmother, but she is very poor. When I saw others going to school, I wanted to go too, but at home, they told me they didn't have the means to let me go, and I was very sad. When I thought about it all, it would bring me to tears. My life then was hard. I would wake up in the morning and I would go fetch water to get money. I couldn't rest at all during the day, and every night when I went to bed, I felt like I never got any rest. I always felt like it was important to get an education. I prayed to God to provide someone who could help me go back to school.
Ubundi jewe nitwa Mukashika Claudine Nayoge, mama w'abana bane, ntuye muri kano kagari ka Bwiza hano mu Centre.
Before I met Wellspring, I was a volunteer at Handicap International and a coordinator for the Women's Association for my area. The first day when I met Wellspring was the day that I was trained. They showed us how we can work together so that we could use the talents we have to achieve good things. We discovered strengths in ourselves we didn't know we had.
Wellspring believes that education doesn't begin and end within the four walls of a classroom, but in fact has the power to change entire communities. That is why we invest in key leaders within these communities, equipping them to address the needs around them in effective and lasting ways.
After you have been trained, you see and are made more aware. When I saw the street children, I felt I could do nothing. I could see they were living in bad conditions. I would even see some children and yell at them because of their behavior. But I discovered I could use my strengths to get them back in school, that I could do good with the help of others. I realized that I could not do it alone. We could bring these kids back to school. What touched my heart and made me feel like I could do something was when they told us, you as a parent can make a change.
Through Wellspring's training in asset-based community development, leaders are coming to understand both the needs around them and the reality that no matter their circumstances, they can be part of the change. As educators, parents, and leaders are equipped and encouraged to meaningfully invest in children's lives, the ripple effects are being felt through entire communities.
When I first started, people would say, "Why are you bothering with these kids?" And sometimes I'd get discouraged, but I'd say, if God helps me, if only a couple of children succeed, I could be proud of that. This would have been the best thing I could have done for my community.
Claudine has become a bearer of hope to young people like Marie-Louise and a catalyst for change in her wider community. Where there was tension and helplessness, there is now purpose and the promise of a brighter future.
There is a proverb that says, if you don't take care for your neighbor's child, you're not taking care of yours.
Wellspring exists to see lives transformed through quality, values-based education. Sometimes this transformation begins in a classroom. Sometimes it begins on the streets of a Rwandan community. It always begins with the belief that every child has value and potential, and that no matter the challenges, there is always hope.
I could see my future was dark because there is no bright future without education. I could see my life of fetching water or walking in the fields would lead me nowhere.
Wellspring is important because it helped us be stronger and empowered us. They empowered me and awakened my gifts so that my gifts can bear fruit.
I was very happy when I met the other students, and now I am learning without any problems. Now I can wake up and go to school, and I am so happy I don't even know what to say.
namufashe nk'umubyeyi wanjye rwose yankoreye ibintu bikomeye cyane.